Hey everyone, let's talk about technology. We all know that computers have come a long way in the last 40 years or so, and that's pretty awesome. In fact, the last half of the 20th century saw larger leaps in technological growth than any period in human history, a history spanning back a few 100,000 years as far as we know. But who were these key players in the game of tech's explosion of growth? To find out, we have to go back. We have to go back in time, all the way to a dawning of an era. Let's go back to the 1970s, a time of drugs, disco, baby boomer baby making, and an explosion in the tech world. The world of personal computing as we know it all started with this guy, Ed Roberts, the father of personal computing. Roberts founded the tech company Micro Instrumentation and Telemetry Systems, or MITS, and in 1975 invented the first computer a person could buy and build on their own. It was called, majestically, the Altair 8800. The Altair 8800 was the first real computing enthusiast's dream and could be used to do very basic calculations. The advent of the 8800 would bring a few more key players into the game. A couple of guys studying at Harvard University named Bill Gates and Paul Allen. You might have heard of them. Bill and Paul were students at Harvard when they contacted Roberts in New Mexico and decided to develop a usable programming language for the Altair. The system they developed, called BASIC, was the very first Microsoft product. These two would go on to be pioneers in the personal and business computing industry, inventing such things as the Xbox and other stuff. Now, at around the same time that Bill and Paul were collaborating with Ed Roberts, all the way over in California, two young inventors would also change the way we interact with personal computers. Their names were Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, and they're pretty cool guys. You might recognize them too. They kind of look like hippies. They would go on to produce some of the most innovative and groundbreaking technology in human history, and would, for the first time, make the computer a personalized tool and an immersive experience. The spawn of their inventions would lead to the iPod, the iPad, the iPhone, and many other personal devices. So anyway, I hope this has been informative, and I just want to say thanks for listening. Yeah. Well, anyway, go Sharks. This is awkward.